Welcome back. This time it's a much shorter gap between uploads. We're making a little progress around here. I'm still trying to dial in the direction that I want with this channel, so I really don't have an official schedule just yet. Maybe start out doing a video once a month, maybe twice a month. I'm still trying to decide if this channel is going to be more of a vlog with the external mic with writing, or if I'm going to keep it focused on just voiceover commentaries just from my past rides. Either way, I still record most of my rides, and I do my best to keep using the footage that I have, just for fun and just YouTube's sake. But anyways, this video does not ease in, as it opens up straight on a nighttime ride with a group of riders that I've never really met before. It's just straight into action, no warm-up. As we keep moving forward here, I realize I really need a better system when it comes to my folders and storage, as I originally planned this video to be a loose continuation of the last video, especially since there was a pretty big group ride, and I notated that I wanted to talk about some group rides. Somewhere along the way, I kind of lost the footage. If I ever track it down, I'll definitely put commentary on it, as I know it's in my storage somewhere. I'm also learning that making these videos, even the short scripts that I make for them, isn't exactly quite effortless. I mean, I'm not going all out for a production mode yet, but I do be genuinely giving it my best shot as of right now, and trying to put out something of real quality, like right now is what you're hearing. I even played around with more audio settings and changed up how I record my audio setup, so hopefully it sounds slightly better, if not slightly cleaner from my last two videos. So the goal is simple: provide decently clean footage, decently clean solid color work, and a decently clean script that flows well enough to be enjoyable, even as background content. That's how I watch most of my motor vlogs and motorcycle content myself, is watch them while doing something else, or just trying to enjoy my time right before going to sleep. That's the standard I'm aiming to do here as well. So as we continue along in the ride here, you can tell that we were just kind of having a little more fun here, you know, obeying street laws, wink wink nudge nudge. But as you can tell, as we get close to this white SUV here, this portion was filmed in Mexico, if you really want to know, or AI generated. One individual really had the zoomies, and he just completely took off. And a few seconds ago, he saw a guest star appearance from that Panda helmet again. And then we got another Ducati coming up to my left. And at this point in time, I decided to join in a little bit of the fun. I completely love the sound of the R6 here. It's a great sounding bike, one of the best sounding 4-cylinders on the market, even though I know it's been taken off the market, unfortunately. From the start of the video, I was doing a solid job maintaining a staggered formation. It's genuinely one of the safest ways to ride in a group, especially when you're riding with people you haven't ridden before. And that was a really big point I wanted to get on from the last video to this video. But there's a stretch here where I kind of drift out of that stagger longer than I think I really should have. Looking back while editing, I honestly wish I could tell you exactly what I was thinking in this moment, but reviewing the 360 footage here, nothing really obvious stands out. But if I had to make my best guess, is that I was watching the car next to us and I didn't want to sit in its blind spot. But that's the price I paid for looking at footage that is 6 to 7 months old at the time of this recording. Either way, it's a good reminder on how spacing and positioning can rapidly change in a group ride, even when you're already locked in and maintaining your own safety parameters. This next section here is one of the highlights of the video, and I'm honestly super happy I got it caught on camera because drama. At the time, this was June 30th, 2025, and in Minnesota, lane splitting had just become legal on July 1st, up to 25 miles an hour, no more than 15 miles per hour, faster than the flow of traffic, with lane filtering allowed during traffic jams or stoplights. If you listen closely here, and I'll drop the music for this part, you can literally hear me react as I saw one of the people who I just met start lane splitting before it was completely legal in this situation. And I knew whatever noise I was making was not reaching them because none of us had Carter's length. And honestly, if I even remember correctly, his helmet didn't even have any comms at all. Things get even more interesting when we roll up on the state trooper here. Surprisingly, nothing immediate happens. The trooper was riding along the left side of the cones, clearly observing the group, probably starting to run plates or just watching to see what would happen next. And then the second unit of the Minneapolis PD appears shortly after, likely called in once the lane splitting was noticed by the state trooper. To be clear, when it comes to breaking the law, I do not condone it in ways that puts people at risk. But that being said, from what I can tell in this footage here and from my memory, there was clearly no speeding, no mirror tapping, nothing malicious going on. He seemed like a decent rider, and it just seemed like a completely unfortunate situation here for everybody involved, mostly him. And yes, you could probably tell I wasn't sure we were all going to be pulling over, or we were all just going to be committing to the ride as we were not being reckless. The footage makes it quite clear what I chose, but for the record, I was thinking about pulling over at the time. After all that nonsense went down, I honestly didn't think too much of it, but maybe I was just being pretty naive at the time, figuring maybe they'll cut him some slack, being like, hey, it's a day before, I know you probably want to get this early, or maybe getting a ticket or two for it. Spoiler alert, he ended up running into what might be the most intense cop on the planet because he got absolutely fried. I don't even remember if he went to court or not for it, because again, I don't really know him, but he did show me his ticket bill, illegal passing, reckless driving, and I think 2 more on top of that. The really only good news is that he had his plates, he had insurance, and it was his bike, so they didn't take it away. Either way, we continued riding because we potentially had a destination still in mind, so we had a meetup spot right before the ride, so the ride must continue on. Going back to the main topic that I think I mentioned in the last video, I really should double check, but I'm not going to. But I've been thinking about adding some gaming content to this channel. Just commentary on some games I'm genuinely just enjoying at the moment. Nothing too forced, just what's grabbing my attention at the time. But to be honest, that's part of the reason why I'm not really uploading every week or two, or don't even have a schedule, because I have the footage and I have random things I want to put some commentary on. I'm just trying to balance a full-time job and just still enjoying my downtime. To those who are sticking around this far in the video, let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see. Some motorcycle content and maybe some light gaming. It's an idea that we could play around with in the future if I continue building the channel, and it'll give me a way to stay consistent in the off season. Who knows, this might turn into something big and we get to build a nice solid community together. As you can see, as that we were hopping off an exit going straight into an on-ramp here, I honestly did forget which road that we're going on, and I really should start figuring out what roads that I'm on, because it makes things a lot easier to tell people where we are if we get in an accident, or just basic how to get around the city. I can get my way around Minnesota for the most part because I know where the cities are, but I really don't know the roads like that, so it's very hard for me to find where I'm going. I don't really know why I just kind of pulled away ahead here. I can make an assumption because I knew where we were going at this point. I don't need any more assistance. But as you can see, we're still in crazy amount of traffic here. And after what I saw Homeboy go through earlier, you see me slow way down, not going to do any which way sort of going past anybody in the middle, because we're getting very close to a very cop heavy central area that I do know about. So I'm going to be taking it quite easy as you see me go during this ride. Since this video is nearing towards its end, I did want to bring up a little bit of a thing that I kind of wanted to talk about, mostly to try to keep me accountable, and to those who are new riders, is that helmet maintenance and gear maintenance, that it should not be thrown under the radar. The helmet that I'm wearing right now is about 4 years old, and it was, I don't know, it was someone from Shoei at the time telling me that most helmets these days, not just from Shoei, have about like a 5 to 6 year shelf life. because of the safety padding on the inside. The outside can get nicked up, life is great, maybe a little bit dirty, but it's the safe padding on the inside, so they just degrade over time. So even without dropping off your bike or even taking a spill, you should be replacing your helmet at least every 4 to 5 years to make sure that in the event that you do need to use the helmet, it will still protect you in the ways that it's rated for. And not to continue on the helmet thing, I also just want a new jacket because I've been running a company called Built for the last 1 to 2 seasons. And don't get me wrong, the jacket in of itself is not, in a sense, poor quality. I just want kind of something new, maybe something close to the name brand, and maybe some more real moto pants, because I do have some Kevlar jeans, but they're not padded armored Kevlar jeans. They're mostly just to help reduce road rash. Thank you for tuning in and watching my third video. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, if you want to see me try to do anything, like I've asked like 6 times in this video, please let me know. If to those who are just watching just for a small entertainment, hopefully I provided something to you. I'm not running a script here, so let me know if this is a good one-take outro. But thank you for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your day, evening, or night. I'm just going to insert a clip of me here enjoying the tunnel ride.